Hello, this is Duntov. Today I'm at the Tropicana site. It is Monday, October 14th, 2024. So we got the aftermath of the implosion. Check this view out. So if you guys didn't realize, I was out of town for the implosion. Wasn't planned that way, or I didn't want to miss it, but I had a vacation planned for 9 months to Europe, and just so happened that it happened while I was gone. So all the footage that you got, that was from Duntov Jr. So we did have the room at the Excalibur right there in this tower. So we originally had the 22nd floor. It was, reserved and supposed to be saved, and when he came to check in, they were getting him a different room. So luckily he was able to talk to the managers, and they got him on the 14th floor facing the Trop, because that would have really sucked if they moved him to the other side where you wouldn't see anything. But yeah, but this looks crazy. So this is the first time I'm here seeing it with you guys right now. We drove by on the way home from the airport. I got home Friday evening, and we could see some of it, but the construction walls blocked a lot of it. So this is crazy. I mean, you just got a perfect view of all those hotels over there. All right, so I did a cruise in Europe. We started in Rome and ended up in Venice. But the day of the implosion, we were 9 hours, it was 9 hours ahead over there. So we were watching the live stream, and we so happened to be in Corfu, Greece. And right when the implosion was ready to start, we were on a tour, and we were in Dragon's Dungeon. There was actually a dungeon that they used in the filming of Game of Thrones. So we were in the dungeon, and then we were losing the internet and stuff, so we left the tour early so we could go out and watch the implosion live. And like a lot of you saw, our live stream, it ended right when the building was starting to fall down. So I just thought we lost our connection when we were in Greece. I mean, in Croatia. It was Corfu. Or I wasn't in Corfu. I was actually in Split, Croatia for the implosion. So when we were in Croatia, I thought it was just because we had a bad connection there. But what really ended up happening was the implosion was so strong that it blew the camera off its tripod in the room right across the street there. So the live stream camera, that's what happened. The explosions were so powerful that my son said it was shaking, the whole room like an earthquake, and the camera fell and disconnected from the live stream. So kind of sucks, but we did have our other camera set up. This one that I'm using right now, that's the footage then that we did end up putting online. But just feel bad for everyone that was watching the live stream, that the signal kept freezing up, and then the explosion knocked the camera over. So that's what happened. All right, let's look at some of these what used to be towers. So this rear tower here, it looks a lot lower than that front one. We can see they got the excavators there. So this is the one that crushes up the concrete and gets the rebar out of everything. There's a few other excavators, but they're on the other side working there. So what did everyone think of the implosion? It was pretty spectacular fireworks show and drone show. Pretty amazing how they get them drones to, coordinate all that together to do all them different. You had the different Tropicana logos, the A's logo, Bally's, and then when they had the detonator, the plunger, counting down, floating in between them. Pretty amazing. And then from what my son was saying, he researched that they actually have pyro drones, so some of those were able to shoot off some of the fireworks. It's pretty crazy. Alright, you can see some of the black fabrics. Those are what we're holding in some of the debris from the explosives. So you got all that, all the steel. So from what we've heard, this is going to take 2 to 3 months to clean up all of this tower debris. Because I'm assuming they have to go in and get all the footers and everything under the ground. You know, if you look over here, so you still got this, you can see this thick piece of concrete here. And they're just all the footers holding all that building up. So they gotta get everything cleaned out. And then if we look over here, we still have that little oasis in the middle here. We got the trees. My voice is a little raspy. I did get sick on like the last day of vacation, so I'm getting over that right now. Just got the cold. Alright, let's check out this front. So this front from here seems like it's way higher up the pile. If you watched our videos, I just posted the other one yesterday morning or the night before. I'm all out of whack being on that time change, but it showed my son showing the before once he got to the room, and then the aftermath, and you could just see how much dust. So when that front tower fell, big cloud of dust was just going straight towards the over Las Vegas Boulevard this way and towards the Excalibur. And if you watch that video, you'll be able to see how they had all the street cleaners and everything there, and even the parking lots of the Excalibur were full of that dust. And I'm assuming it went every direction, probably even, you know, all the way around, but you could just see that plume of dust coming at you. And then still had people that don't listen to anybody. They right after the implosion, and they were, you can see some people walking on the sidewalks already by, you know, in front of Excalibur there. My son said he could hear the police and security through the window telling them to get back, but some people don't want to listen. Alright, they got a lot going on there. You can see the excavators climbing up the pile. It's pretty big. So we got the giant pile, but then if we look behind us here towards the front of the pile by us, you can still see all these concrete structures. And if you look online, they Going, the one demolition company, they've been sharing videos. They have a drone company that has been putting out some footage now of the site with the building down. So look it up. Just look up Tropicana drone footage and you should be able to find it. You can see these things really well. And people were asking, like, I think it's this front one over here. Kind of looks like they might go underground still. So I don't know if there's some kind of basement in here, or if this is just was the basement and it's just all the way dug out on the top of it. I did have a comment on my one video that's from someone that did work here back in the 70s, and they said there was a like a bomb shelter. And so wonder if that's still under here somewhere. If anybody knows that's worked here or heard about it, leave us a comment. Okay, let's try to zoom in and see if we could see, you know, with all that implosion, all the debris, I thought by these escalators that there would be more stuff, but I guess not. You can see how they had this covered up. And this one, it's hard for me to make out. It looks like it has like a tarp over it. Then you got the excavator in the way. And then we have, so that's the one that goes over to the Excalibur side. And these are the ones that would go to the MGM Grand. So it all looks pretty cleaned up. If we look in the front here, we have the the crushing plant. They're not using any of that right now. They are doing something this way. It looks like more like, you know, they're bringing some of the debris back this way, but they're not really crushing anything. But this is the back tower again. You can see all them beams on this one. It looked like that thing was stuck on there. It was shaking it, trying to get it off. So I was wondering about, like, when they do the explosives in the building, like, how do they know that they all went off? I mean, obviously most of them, you know, do, because the buildings fell, but is there some safety check to make sure everything went off before they start, you know, before they start this cleaning up this debris? My son and I were talking about that the other day, and just wondering how they would know. Or if it's, you know, the way it's detonated, maybe it, I don't know. I'm just wondering if there's ways, you know, just to be safe when they're going in there with this heavy equipment. How do they know there's not one live charge in there anymore? I mean, I know they use the electricity to set them off, but just something I don't know anything about how that works, so just curious, because you really can't go back in to check it because it's all covered up. Anybody knows, leave us a comment. Just for the safety aspect, wondering. Alright, I'm just looking around. There's really no other angles, you know, that I can really see that to take some video from right now, just because everything is lower. If I go to the Excalibur side, I might see just a little bit of the pile. But this is kind of seems like the main advantage point right now. It's crazy though. It's only been about a little over 6 months that it went from shutting its doors to this. Alright, so the other thing I'm wondering about, they haven't released any official like permanent plans yet where exactly the stadium is going to sit on the site. So originally they said it'd be this back 9-acre corner back here. So this would be the southeast corner where home plate would be more towards the corner, and then the outfield would be facing, you know, if you're on home plate looking at the outfield, you'd be facing this way, looking at that view through the back glass. But the last I heard is they were still finalizing the plans, because they might, from what I heard, is they might incorporate more of the hotel casino area into the plans now of the stadium. You know, like more shared spaces, I guess is what I heard. So wondering, you know, when they're going to officially announce that. They're not supposed to be starting the baseball stadium until April of 2025. So they got some time, but just curious how it's going to work out here. All right, I'm going to zoom into the Luxor Tower just to see. It looks like probably a window washer, but looks like someone's hanging down the side of the building. Yep, got the window washer there. Alright, that's not a job that I would be able to do. I don't like heights, so I don't think that would be on my list of jobs. Alright, anyone that went to see anyone that was here for the implosion, that came to see it live, where did you watch it from? I mean, of course, my son was in the Excalibur rooms. From his videos, it looked like that a lot of the Oyo Tower lights were on, so people were watching from here, had a really close view of this back tower. And then it looked like the official party that Bally's and the A's were putting on, seemed like they were in the parking lot over there just by Reno. And then I did see a lot from, it appears like they were on the New York parking garage, on that top floor of the parking garage, which is back there. You can see the roller coaster and back behind there. That actually looked like a pretty good advantage view also. Vantage view. So, but there was a lot of people. And then I'm going to swing around again. Mandalay Bay, I know they were having it from the House of Blues Foundation room. And I'm thinking this open area up here was, I think that's the foundation room up here. So that is a really good view also. And I know that one was sold out before I left for vacation. So I actually left for vacation on October 1st, and we got back on the 12th. So it kind of sucked. I was hoping that they'd announce it would have been after I got back or right before I left, but didn't work out. But the vacation was wonderful, and my son, I'm happy he got to see it. He was really happy to see it live and stuff, so all works out. Alright, I guess that's really all we got for today. Kind of looks like the excavator's all stopped right now. Must be break time. Right now it just turned 9 a.m. but if we look, all the excavators are stopped. So it must be some break time. I'm not sure what hours these crews are working. Today's supposed to get in like the mid 90s, but by this weekend they said it might get down in the low 70s. So hopefully this warm weather's done. It's been here extra long this season, but alright, I guess that's all we got for today. So guess we're not going to say Tropicana Demolition anymore. Now it's Implosion Cleanup. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to Raiders 1967, and you'll see the updates on the continued debris removal as well as the construction of the new Ace Stadium. And then I'll try to get back out to the Mirage to show the volcano that they took out in the front, all that water feature, because they will be starting to build the giant guitar tower for the new Hard Rock transformation. And then I'd say, well, I did not go to the game yesterday because I didn't know if I'd be back in town yet, so the Raiders tickets, I sold those before I left, and I didn't really miss much. I watched it on TV, of course, but the Raiders are looking like the old Raiders. Nothing changed. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you guys next time.